Hey guys, today we're talking about the top 3 conversation starters with a girl. Now, these starters can be used for in-person, online dating, or DMs even. You just have to adjust it to your scenario, but it's more about, of course, knowing what the foundation is so that you can adjust it. So, what is that foundation? The foundation, and remember actually, the point of a conversation, the goal of it is to connect. You're trying to connect with another individual. And you connect by sharing your thoughts or your stories, right? So the whole goal is hopefully to allow her to talk about herself through stories. Because the biggest mistake I see in conversations, and especially in conversation starters or questions, is people ask questions that just head towards a wall. It's a yes or no question, or it talks about the specific interest itself. It doesn't talk about the person. So just remember that the goal is to connect. The goal is to really get to know each other. And it's usually, if you have the intent of allowing her to tell a story, then that will lead you to further a conversation and hopefully a deeper connection. So what are those top 3 conversation starters? Well, top conversation starter number 1 is using the environment and asking her for her thoughts or recommendations. Now, let's use an example for in person for this. In person, actually, this is the best method because there's nothing you know about her except the environment you guys are in. There's nothing really you have in common because you don't know her age, you don't know anything about her except that, let's say you're in that cafe and there's a long line, or you're at a restaurant waiting for a takeout, which is taking forever, or you're at a department store and shopping for clothes or snacks or something like that. So if that is the case, let's say, take the last example, and you're in a store, you can ask someone for their thoughts and recommendations on something that you're looking for or something that you're holding. So if you have different shirts that you're kind of walking around with, you can ask her, hey, I know this is random, but I'm just curious, what do you think about this? Does this look good? Or you can ask her, hey, do you have any idea which brand of cereal is good here? What's your favorite? I just don't know what to pick, right? It's a very low ball, not scary or creepy kind of question. I feel that friendly people love to help people. They really do. Now, of course, there are going to be those girls who just don't respond because they don't like talking to people or just had a bad day. And so with this question, all you're doing is trying to see if she's even in the mood to talk to someone, or if she even is a friendly person. So know that with this question, all you're doing is trying to open a potential conversation to see if you would even be interested in her through the way she responds. And you'll see if you even get along, even for the short 30 seconds, right? And then from there, if she does give you a great response, she is very receptive, then you can decide if you want to take it further. And how to transition is a whole nother story. But today we're just talking about starting a conversation, right? Once again, this can be used for even during your dates. You can comment on something, you can ask for her thoughts about it. But once again, I feel like in person this is the best way because you don't really know her, right? The second conversation starter is asking her what got you into that. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, you want to pinpoint something that you guys have in common. So let's say it's online dating and you got a match and you see a specific interest that you two have in common, or it's something you're curious about. You can ask her then, what got you into that, right? It's so much better than asking for example, let's say you two both love to travel. Many people will ask, what's the destination you want to go to next? What's your favorite place you've been to? It just gets really redundant after that. So a really great question to ask is, what got you into that? And this can be used for during a date. You can comment on something that you see, and then she'll say, oh yeah, like I used to do that, or I love that. You can say, oh, well, what got you into that? And then that leads to a great conversation. Now, the third conversation starter is transitions really well with that question. And the conversation starter here is asking, what do you enjoy about that? And you can take that same interest, or you can take a new topic. But if you find some information, you realize that she likes this or that, let's say it's through Instagram, right? Because I talked about DMs. Let's say there's something that she keeps posting about on her stories. You could just DM her and say, whoa, I see you like cooking a lot. What do you enjoy about that? I see you like to do that a lot. What is it that you actually enjoy? So that way she can tell you what specifically about certain things that she does Why does it bring her joy? And from there, usually it's a great response of a story, and you can expand from the conversation from there. All right, but those are the top 3 conversation starters. And just remember, at the end of the day, what matters most is that you just start. You just start a conversation and you try. Because that's the only way for a conversation to, well, really begin. And remember, the foundation of all those questions is allowing her to tell a story. Let her talk about her journey and herself, because usually through those responses, then you can share about your journey. You can ask more follow-up questions. So those starters just allow you to continue to get to know her more. And all those 3 can be packed in one conversation. So know that too. They're not even just starters, they're great follow-ups as well. All right, thank you so much for watching. Good luck with those conversations. And remember, just get started. That's what matters.